This here is restlessness. But
where are you from? Hello. You're from Singapore. Who was here last year? A few survivors. Is it comfortable? Huh? Huh? So why are you here? I'm not your friendly monk from the neighborhood. I don't speak with a sweet voice. I'm coming from the forest. That's where I have trained. So you all finished, huh? Sitting up, signing.
oh, yeah.
All working, yeah? Yeah. You work, yeah. Eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, until the day you die. No? That's what our parents did. That's what their parents taught them. That's what our parents taught us. Yeah? Grow up, get a job, yeah? Get a family, yeah? And then die. So what is the purpose of our life? Yeah? Ask yourself. Yeah? Why are you born? Yeah? Why you were born here in Singapore? Yeah? Why you were born in the family that you're born into? Yeah? And what is the purpose of your life? Yeah? What are you here for? Yeah? Eating, sleeping, huh? Drinking. Huh? We don't do anything else. Yeah? Think about just one day. One day in the morning we wake up, what do? Yeah, we eat something. Yeah? We do something, then we eat something, then we do something, and then we eat something, and then we go to sleep. Huh? Every day. Yeah? But we call this do something, always something else. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it's entertainment, sometimes it's this, or sometimes it's that. Sometimes going for a walk, yeah? Sometimes exercising our body, but it's still doing something. Yeah? Sometimes washing, or keeping the house clean or the apartment clean. Yeah? It's still doing. Yeah? Still body movement. Yeah? You also could call it body movement. Yeah? That looks like a lot of fun, huh? Yeah? You have a lot of fun. Yeah? When I look at your faces, you have lots of fun. Yeah? Not very happy faces. Where is happiness coming from? Huh? Buying this, buying that, huh? Yeah? When you bought it, now you're unhappy again. Yeah? Then you buy something new, yeah? Or you need to eat something new. Yeah? Happiness doesn't come from the food, doesn't come from the people we meet, doesn't come from the work we have, doesn't come from the money we earn. It comes from our heart, here. Have you noticed there is something in there, huh? Not the physical heart. Huh? There's something else, huh? We are born with a physical heart, yeah? When we come out of the womb, yeah? We have a physical heart, yeah? We have a mouth, we have ears, we have nose, yeah? But the body doesn't do anything, yeah? You cannot breathe. Yeah? It needs some help to get breathing. Yeah? And then, do you think the body trains the body? Huh? Do you think the brain starts to function and then it knows how to train the body? No, there's something in there. Yeah? It's called the chitta. And this chitta trains the body. And it trains it for a long, long time. Yeah? People don't want to remember. Yeah? This little kid just is in the phase of training. Yeah? It trains. Yeah? First of all, it trains to digest. Yeah? Because the food that comes out, in the beginning is the same as it comes in. Then it learns to walk. Yeah? How long does it take? Yeah? You remember it? Huh? Don't want to remember. Yeah? Yeah? We get up, we fall over, we get up. Huh? We hit our nose or we hit our head, we cry a little bit. Huh? Does it discourage us? No. We get up again, yeah, because we want to learn to walk, yeah. We want to experience this world, yeah. That's what we do, yeah. And then we learn to talk, yeah. You remember it? Try to remember, because the next time you're born as a human being, you go through the same phases, huh? 15 years of our life, yeah. We have to train this body. No? It's 15 or 16. Yeah? Once we go through puberty, we can use this body. Yeah? And then we use this body for our entertainment. Yeah? For 30 years, yeah? Until it breaks apart. Yeah? Everybody knows that who is over 40 or 50, yeah? The body breaks apart. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. We run to the doctor, yeah? Yeah? Some people get operations, yeah? Replace one organ with the other. Yeah? You get an idea? Huh? This body is nothing else than a car. Yeah? When the car breaks down, what do? You give it to the repair shop. Yeah? And then you wait until it's fixed. Yeah? When they can fix it. Yeah? And then you drive on again. And same when we get sick. Yeah? We can't do anything with this body. It just lies down, no? Huh? And we think, we die. 3 days later we are healthy again and the thought of dying is gone. Huh? Strange. Huh? Does the body think it's dying? Does the body really care if it is dying? No. It's the owner of this body. Why don't you sit down? It's not good to stand.
Oh, I want the driver 179 to move the car. 1779. Sorry. Thank you.
So, isn't it? You don't remember when you're really sick? Huh? I can't move. Huh? Huh? And then 3 days or a week later you're healthy again. Yeah? And you don't even think about dying. Yeah? So the body is nothing else than a very sophisticated biological robot. Yeah? And if we know it by now, we are technology advanced. Sometimes I'm just how long does it take to train a robot, industrial robot? Yeah? If it has a complex task? Yeah? Have you ever seen that? Yeah? If not, have a look at YouTube channels, they show that. Yeah? Some of these robots have to be trained for 6 months, just to do a very complex task. But our robot can do a lot of tasks. Yeah? They can even build robots. Huh? Yeah, what do we do? Yeah, we build these robots, that do our tasks that we don't want to do because we think it is too manual, yeah? Too boring. We want to do the interesting stuff, the entertaining stuff. Yeah? We want to look at our smartphone. Yeah? Look who is writing this, who is writing that, who is a message for us, who has a message. Yeah? What is going on in this world. Yeah? At the moment, look around you, yeah? Not here in the circle, but next time, you're sitting in the bus or you're waiting here or there, yeah? What are the people doing? They live in their smartphone. They don't even live in this world anymore. Yeah? They bump into each other because they don't see each other. Huh? And when they sit, when they go to the cafe, yeah, having a coffee, they sit, and text each other instead of talking to each other. Have you seen that? I've seen it quite a few times. Yeah, yeah, sit down. That's a life that we have, yeah? And it must be so much fun. So, now we think about it, yeah? Try to remember the times when you were 2 years or 3 years or 5 years old, or when you went to school, yeah? Primary school or kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, high school, yeah? University, some of you, yeah? Next life you have to do that over again. Huh? Because you don't remember a thing. Huh? Next time you have to train this body again. Yeah? Then we can use this, if we train it for 15, 16 years, we can use it for 30 years where it has strength. Yeah? And then we wait for 40 years until it slowly decays and decays until there's no more breath. And we call that death. But the older we get, yeah, the more we think about our youth. Yeah? Ask the old people, yeah, when they think about, the next, even if they think about the next life, they only think about when they're 20. Huh? Where are the first 20 years? Huh? When we think about the next life, if we are Buddhists, and we think about the next life as a human being, we think about the age of 20, yeah? We don't think about the time when we have to train this body, yeah? And it's a very complicated machine, yeah? Don't think, it is something holy, yeah? It is just a very complicated robot, yeah? Biological robot that the chitta uses to do certain things that it can do. Just like we, as human beings, use robots, yeah? To do certain tasks, yeah? For us, yeah? So the chitta uses this robot, to do certain tasks with. When the chitta goes out of the body, it still can think, yeah? It still can see, yeah? It doesn't need this body, but it doesn't have these hands, it doesn't have these structures, to build and create certain things, yeah? And that's why we want this body, yeah? But when you think about it, yeah? Is it really worthwhile? Training it for 15 years, using it for 30 years, waiting to die for 40 years? Yeah, we need some sort of motivation, yeah? To get out, yeah? We're living, I hope you're all Buddhist, or are there some non-Buddhists here? No, it doesn't look so. So we know we are stuck in the wheel of samsara. Huh? I don't call it samsara, I call it hamster wheel. Huh? Have you ever seen a hamster in a hamster wheel? Running, 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 not going anywhere. Huh? And that's the same with us. Life after life after life. And sometimes we go up to heaven, then we go down to hell, then we go to the ghost realm or other realms. Yeah? Some of us go to the animal realms, yeah? And then they are there for a long, long time. Yeah? And then we come back as a human being. Yeah? Then we might, depending on the married and demarried, yeah? Some of us might go up to the heavenly realm. Most of us will go down to the hell realm. Yeah? We have been in hell so often. unimaginable often. Yeah? Because we don't keep the 5 precepts. Yeah? That's why we are afraid of hell. Yeah? If somebody tells us about, hell, if our parents tell us about hell, or a teacher, a monk, or somebody else, yeah, we are sort of scared, yeah. We don't like this place, yeah, because we remember that we've been there for so many times, yeah. If somebody, if our parents would tell us about, yeah, an archipelago, somewhere in the South Pacific, that is hellish, yeah, it wouldn't bother us, yeah. But the word hell does bother us, yeah? Because we know it, yeah. We have experienced so often, yeah. It's not only you, yeah, including me, yeah. I've been to hell so often, and sometimes for such a long time. It is an unimaginable long time, yeah? Because we did all, bad deeds, yeah. How many times have we lived already as human beings, yeah? And as human beings, we do the most heinous deeds, yeah? We kill people, we kill animals, yeah? We steal, yeah? We lie, and so on, yeah? In other realms, we don't really have that opportunity, but as human beings, we have the opportunity to do the utmost heinous crime, yeah? And that's why we should be extremely careful as human beings. Yeah? But on the other hand, the human life is, like the Lord Buddha said, the jumping ball. Yeah? It is a life where we have, or where we could have, yeah, if we worked a little bit on it, yeah, the same amount of satisfaction and the same amount of dissatisfaction. Yeah? And any time in your life when you were really satisfied, you didn't want to change it. Yeah? Only because you're dissatisfied, you're looking for an answer. Yeah? Where is this dissatisfaction coming from? Yeah? How can I get rid of it? Yeah? If you're satisfied, you don't come here. You don't look for an answer. Yeah? We look for an answer because there's something burning in our heart, and that is called dissatisfaction. Or, in the word of the with the words of the Lord Buddha, dukkha. Yeah? Dukkham ariya satyam. Dukkha is the first noble truth. Yeah? And we have it. Everybody of us. Even if he has a nice life, there's dukkha burning. Yeah? Just like Lumpur. Yeah? He had a nice job, he had enough money, he could go travel everywhere in the world, yeah? But there's something burning in that dukkha. Yeah? But the Christianity didn't give me any conclusion, didn't give me any clue how to get out of it. Yeah? They tell you it's God's will. I said, I don't believe that. Yeah? God doesn't, place people, in hell or in heaven according to his wishes and desires and whims, yeah? No, there must be a reason to it. Until I came in touch with Buddhism, yeah, it is a very logical, yeah, very reasonable, yeah, teaching. There's no mystic about it. Yeah. If you do this, you will reap that. Yeah. Whatever we sow, that we will reap. Even Jesus said it, but Christianity forgot about it. I guess, the modern one. They just tell us if you believe in God, you go to heaven. Yeah? And then one day, I tell the people, wait, maybe this heaven that you go to is very, very hot. Reddish hot. Now, it really doesn't matter what religion we have. Yeah? As long as we keep the 5 precepts. Yeah? And there can be Muslims, it can be Christians, it can be Buddhists, yeah? And it can be even free thinkers, yeah? As long as we keep the 5 precepts, they don't go down. Yeah? They don't go down to the lower realms. What are the lower realms? Yeah, below us, the one realm that we see is the animal realm. The next one is the ghost realm. And then there's the demon realm, yeah, and then there's the hell realm. And the hell realm is not one big realm, yeah? It has 25 different kinds of hells, yeah? Depending on your demerit, you go to one of these hells. Yeah? If you kill somebody, you go to this hell. If you steal something, you go to that hell. If you lie, you go to that hell. Yeah. If you have sexual misconduct, yeah, number one crime in this world, yeah, then you go to that hell. Yeah. If you drink alcohol or take drugs, you go to another hell. Yeah. And each time, if you did all 5 of these, yeah, we cannot go just to one hell. Yeah. You go to one hell, yeah, and then come back as maybe as a ghost, and then go to the next realm of hell, yeah, and then until we all got rid of our bad karma, yeah, and then we come back as human beings, yeah, just to make no more karma, huh? If hell it would be eternal, and heaven would be eternal, like Christianity teaches, yeah, then we would all like to go to heaven, yeah, and stay there forever, yeah. But if you ask the devas, who live in the heaven, if they have dukkha, if they are dissatisfied, then we'll say yes. Wow, you're dissatisfied living in heaven? Yeah. There is some dissatisfaction. Because in all the realms, in all the 31 realms of existence, yeah, beings are dissatisfied, have dukkha. Yeah. But of course in the heaven they have very little dukkha, yeah, and they have very little motivation to practice. Yeah. Just think about yourself, yeah, like I said before. Yeah. If you're completely satisfied, you don't want to change anything, yeah, and you don't ask for the question. But the moment dukkha comes onto you, yeah, then you ask the question, why do I have dukkha? Where is this dukkha coming from? Where is this dissatisfaction coming from? And there is the second noble truth, yeah? And it tells us where our dissatisfaction or where our dukkha is coming from. Desire. We want something, yeah? We want this, we want that. We want to become this, we want to become that. We want to be this, or we want to be that, yeah? We want to have this and we want to have that. Yeah? But also the negative. We don't want to become like this, we don't want to become like that, and so on and so on. Yeah? Yeah? If you just, for one moment, could be satisfied with the way things are, there would be no dukkha. Yeah? But we can't. Yeah? You're constantly being moved, yeah? Constantly agitated. Either we need to move the body, or we need to drink something, we need to eat something, or we need to talk, or we need to look at our smartphone, yeah? Where is it coming from? It's coming from this restlessness that is burning. This kind of restlessness or boredom, yeah? Nowadays people are not bored anymore because they have all these smartphones, yeah? If you were born, 50 years ago, there were no smartphones, there were no computers, yeah? So this older generation, including myself, knows what is boredom. Yeah? On the weekends, the shops are closed, the restaurants are closed, and there's nothing else to do. Yeah, what you do? Yeah. Yeah? Nowadays, there's 24/7 hours of entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, you can look at YouTube, or you can watch movies over the internet, or you can talk to your friends, yeah, constantly. Yeah. The older generation knows, there was maybe one phone in the house, or maybe in a few houses one phone, yeah. And if you weren't there, you didn't know that somebody called. If you weren't at home, you didn't know somebody came by, yeah. But the young generation doesn't know that anymore. Yeah? They are constantly connected, yeah, and that actually, makes them much more distracted than the older generation. Yeah? Because we are constantly distracted by this, we are constantly distracted by that. That's why it is very difficult for the younger generation to really be able to focus on one point. Yeah? 5 minutes later they need, I need to do this, I need to look here, and I need to look there. Yeah? The older generation is not that distracted. But it's not easy for them as well, to be able to concentrate. Yeah? And that's what we have to learn. Yeah? If you want to become happy, happiness arises in the heart, yeah? But all other things also arise in the heart, yeah? Anger arises in the heart, greed arises in the heart, yeah? I mean, the heart is full of these things, yeah? But the heart has also some abilities, has happiness in there, yeah? But if we want to get to this happiness, we have to calm the mind down, yeah? First of all, we have to get rid, at least for a moment, of this desire that creates all this dukkha, yeah? And that's why we concentrated, on one point, yeah? Be it the breath at the tip of the nose or be it the mental repetition of the word Buddha. When there are no more thoughts coming into the mind, when there is no memory coming into the mind, we are happy. We are at peace. We are peaceful. Yeah? We don't want anything. And if we don't want anything, there is no dukkha. Huh? Just this. Yeah? We don't need to go to the shopping mall and buy new clothes. Yeah? Huh? Or we don't need to go to the hairdresser to get a new hairstyle. Yeah? Happiness arises here. Yeah? If we just go there into the heart, yeah, and then we find happiness there. And when there is no more thoughts, and when there is no more memories, there is no more future, and there is no more past. Huh? No future, no past, no worries. Yeah? Do I have enough money? I need to make more money. Huh? No worries. Yeah? Because you're just here. Yeah? You're just here in the present moment. Yeah? No fear. Yeah? No loneliness. Wow. We don't even need to take pills, yeah, for doing this. Yeah? But the young generation probably takes all this, yeah. I mean, our generation already took drugs, yeah. Yeah. And the younger generation took this method, whatever it is called. I don't even know what it is called anymore, yeah. To get high, yeah. To get happy. But the happiness arises in the heart. And if you're a Buddhist, if you're practicing, yeah. First of all, alcohol and drugs, are against the precept, yeah. If you don't want to go to hell and drink hot iron, yeah, because that is the result of drinking alcohol, yeah. then we look for the happiness inside the heart, yeah. I mean, it's always good to get the connection to the heart, to know what is going on there, yeah. Who's telling us all these wishes? Who is telling us what we need? Who is telling us what we like? Huh? Huh? Isn't there a little voice in our ears that constantly tells us what to do, what not to do, what to like and what not to like? Huh? Have you heard it? If you haven't heard it, just close your eyes for 5 minutes and try to stay with the breath, and then you hear it. Oh, it's uncomfortable now, I need to do this, now I need to do that. Who is this voice? Huh? Everybody of you knows it, yeah? I need no clothes, I need your hairstyle, I need this, I need more money, I don't like this person, I don't like that person, yeah? Well, look at this person, what he does, yeah? Why don't you look at yourself, what you do, yeah? You don't need to look at other people, what they do. It's their business. Look at yourself, what you are doing, that's your business, yeah? We call it bad mouthing, yeah? That's not really within the 5 precepts, yeah? Talking bad about other people, yeah? Don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you, yeah? Because the moment you stop your bad mouthing, other people bad mouth you. Do you like that? Huh? Ask yourself, yeah? Don't do what you don't like others to do unto you, and don't do unto others, yeah? But there's a problem with this saying, yeah? They always forget the second part. Huh? For whatever happens right now is what we have done unto others. That's a logical conclusion, isn't it? Huh? For whatever happens right now is what we have done unto others. Cannot be otherwise, yeah? Otherwise it doesn't make sense. Why should we not do things, that we don't like back? Yeah? if the things that come back, they will all come back, yeah? Because there is a law of kamma, yeah? The Lord Buddha talked a lot about kamma, yeah? Kamma is that what brings us here. Kamma is that what brings us back as human beings. Kamma is that, what leads some people to hell. And kamma is that what leads some people to heaven, yeah? And kamma is that what leads some people out of this hamster wheel, yeah? And whatever we have done in our past, will come back to us. Every bad word, that we are trying, to pull on others, will come back to us. It's like a boomerang, yeah? You've seen a boomerang? Always comes back to the other. Always comes back to the one who throws it, yeah? If it is full of gold, that's fine, we like it, yeah? If it is full of shit, we don't like it. And if it kills us, we even further don't like it. Yeah? Whatever we have done, yeah? And if you don't believe it, if you don't believe this kind of karma, yeah? Ask any kind of farmer, yeah? Who plants rice, who plants potatoes, who plants vegetables, yeah? Does he do it for right now? Yeah? Do you think when he plants today that he can reap it tomorrow? Huh? But with karma it should be instant, huh? Yeah? Today we do a good deed, and tomorrow we win in the lottery. No way. So many people do that. Yeah? They go to the temple, they offer, they offer food or they offer money, and then on the way out they buy a lottery ticket, yeah? Hoping that they win in the lottery. It's impossible. I mean, karma needs time to ripe, yeah? And most of the time it needs a lifetime to ripe. And some of the karma, as the Lord Buddha said, needs lifetimes to ripe, yeah? But then, if it needs lifetime, then it comes back very, very often, yeah? It's just like a fruit tree, yeah? When we plant the seed of a fruit tree, we have to wait for 7 years, yeah, to bear fruit. But then every year it bears fruit, yeah. And so is it with some of the karma, that we do, yeah, with good karma or bad karma, yeah. It takes lifetimes in order to ripe, yeah, before it comes back to us. But when it comes back to us, it comes back to us for a long, long time. Yeah? Karma is something very important, yeah, and you don't take it on light shoulders, yeah? Be serious about, you have a human birth, and actually you found a way, to the teaching, yeah? So, take this teaching of the Lord Buddha to the heart, yeah? And from now on, whatever you've done in the past, it will come back anyway, yeah? So don't worry about it, because you can't correct it, yeah? That is the amazing thing about us human beings, We are never in the present moment. We are always in the future or in the past, yeah? In the past we want to correct the mistakes that we have done, but we can't correct them, yeah? In the future has not come, yeah? But we paint it all the time. If I do this, then I will be happy. If I do that, then I will be happy. If I have more money, then I will be also happy, yeah? But at that moment we don't have enough money, yeah? The only thing that we can do to get more money is, to work, yeah? But we don't think about this, we plan the future, yeah? Constantly. And if anybody of you, is a little bit honest, the future that you planned never came this way. Huh? Never came this way, yeah? And so why should the future that we plan now, yeah, that we paint right now in our brain, yeah, should come like this, yeah? Always something will be different. Yeah? We don't know. To live in the present moment, that is actually the way where we can change things, yeah? If we live constantly in the future, we don't change things. We just follow our karma, yeah? It is like, for some people, once they have educated the body, once they have trained the body, they put the machine, they put the desires in, and then they push a button on autopilot. And then they run. And when you look at the people around you, they're just running. Only if something really terrible happens, then they stop, wake up, I need to change my program, yeah. No, I need to go to see a psychiatrist, yeah, to help me change my program. And then once the program is changed, push back on autopilot. Robots. No? Don't like this idea? No? But look around you. Look around you. Look around the people, yeah, that you work with, or that you live with, or that are in your vicinity, yeah. That's how they work. Yeah. Actually, a modern form or a sophisticated form of zombies, yeah. I've seen them, yeah, running after their greed or trying to get rid of their anger. That's it, yeah. What makes a human being human? Why do we call ourselves human being? The cream of the top of the cream. Yeah? Because we have something, we have an ability that we lost, and that ability is called reflection. What is that? What am I doing? What are the results? Why am I doing? That's called reflection. So, ask yourself, when did you do last time some sort of reflection? Long time ago. Only if something doesn't work out. Only if we are kicked off the autopilot, yeah? Then we reflect of what is happening in our life, why is it not working out, yeah? But that is what makes a human being. Being able to know what one is doing, why one is doing it, and what kind of results one's doing has. But we are too lazy. We just follow our desires, just like zombies, walking through the streets. I use this kind of language to wake you up, yeah? Wake up, Get out of your autopilot, yeah? Get out of your deep sleep, yeah? Because, if you go and stay in your sleep, you know where you end up, yeah? What did the Lord Buddha say where most of the people are going? When Venerable Ananda asked the Lord Buddha, how many people are going to heaven, how many people are going to hell? Yeah? What did he answer? You know that? No? Who knows it? You see that bull over there, how many horns does he have? These are the people who go to heaven or Nibbana. How many hairs does he have on his fur? These are the people who go to hell. Lots, isn't it? But it's our choice, yeah, not to go there. Yeah? From now on, keep the 5 precepts, yeah? And try to do some good, yeah? There's always a way to heaven, yeah? There's no mystic, the gods in heaven, don't select, this person can go, that person can go now, yeah? Just like in our daily life, yeah? The Chinese are very clever, they're very good working, they're very hard working, and they think, if I save a little bit of money, then I have some money, when the time is rough, yeah? Yeah? Why can't we use the same kind of logic, for Buddhism? Yeah? It's the same kind, yeah? If I do a lot of merit, in the next life I will have enough money, yeah? Because there's a universal bank, yeah? It's called the bank of merit, yeah? And wherever you are, no matter where you are, you can withdraw the money. And this bank never crashes. It will always keep, everything, yeah? But the problem is it also keeps your bad deeds. You can't get rid of them, yeah? So, use it, yeah? Use it for your own, yeah? You're not stupid, yeah? Use it for your own advantage, yeah? So if you want to go to heaven, I mean, first of all, I mean, you have to keep the 5 precepts, yeah? But then you have to develop a lot of generosity, yeah? They don't like stingy people up there. Huh? Then you have to develop a lot of, what is it, respect, yeah? They don't like disrespectful people in the heaven. They don't accept it, yeah? They just come back as a human being then, yeah, with lots of money. Yeah? And they don't like people who are not grateful, who are ungrateful. Yeah? So I mean, developing these 3 virtues and keeping the 5 precepts is the way to heaven. Yeah? But heaven doesn't last, it's not eternal. Yeah? Just remember that. Yeah? Just like you work very hard for your holiday, yeah? Yeah? You save a lot of money, yeah? And then you go to a trip to Europe or Japan or whatever, wherever you want to go, yeah? In the moment the money is gone, yeah? You have to come back. You understand that? Huh? I try to make it very easy to understand, yeah? It's not difficult to understand the Buddha's teaching because it is pretty logical, yeah? Very reasonable, yeah? It only uses, yeah? In Thai you say hipon, yeah? I mean, use cause and effect, yeah? If you know what kind of effect your cause has, yeah? I mean, you can avoid it or you can develop it. And we should do that. Yeah? So if you want to be loved, we have to love people. Yeah? It's difficult. Yeah? If you want to be respected, we have to be respectful towards others. Yeah? But we can only be respectful to people that we like. We cannot be respectful to people we don't like. Huh? Remember one thing, any person, who is born as a human being has kept the 5 precepts, and for that we can respect them, no matter what they do. That doesn't mean that you have to value, or you have to say that what they are doing is good. That's not respect. Respecting a being, be it an animal or be it a human being, because it is a being just like us, yeah? I mean, maybe it has less fortune or is less fortunate than us, yeah? But it can be respected, yeah? Even the gangster that robs us. Because we only get back what we have done. Huh? It is amazing how this kamma works, yeah? I mean, Lumpur himself, experienced it quite a few times, yeah? I was always traveling with friends, yeah? One time I was in Portugal and, they broke they opened the car, broke into the car, and stole a lot of things, yeah? Stole a lot of valuable things, yeah? When I checked out with my friend, none of my things were missing. Only his things were missing, although they were completely mixed together. The thief must have known. Huh? But it's not. If it happens only one time, I don't think about it. But if it happens 3 times, sometimes, I was in a hotel room and they broke in, and with another friend, yeah, and only his things were stolen, yeah. And they were lying on the bed, yeah. Huh? Nobody saw, yeah. And actually mine were more valuable, yeah. And it happened 2 or 3 times, and then you start to think, yeah. Huh? So kamma is really fair, yeah. It seems so unjust, yeah, to us, yeah. When it comes back to us, especially the bad kamma, yeah. But it's just only things that happen to you, are the things that you have done, yeah. So if you have cheated others, yeah, then you will be cheated, yeah, sooner or later, yeah. If you badmouth others, sooner or later you will be badmouthed, yeah. If people constantly lie to you, ask yourself, yeah, have I Have I not lied to others? Yeah? No. Because that is coming back. And it's really not very pleasant to hear that, huh? Yeah? But we have to accept it, yeah? Because it's the truth. Yeah? Start to accept the truth, yeah? Because it is important. If you want to make your life more happy than it is, yeah? And a lot of people need to be more happy than they are, yeah? And just look at the faces now. Huh? Accept the kamma that is coming. Say hello, welcome, yeah? I don't like it, so grind your teeth, yeah? But then it's over, yeah? If you fight against this kamma, it comes back, and even back, and back, until one time you can't even defend yourself anymore, yeah? Don't fight the kamma, just accept it, yeah? And if you do a little bit of practice, look in your heart where this kind of kamma is coming from, yeah? And then eradicate it from the heart, and then this kamma is gone, yeah? But it's difficult, yeah? It's difficult, we just want to do things, yeah? We just want to follow, we want to follow the voice that is in our head, yeah? Tells us to do this, to do that, yeah? Look at this, look at that, yeah? Have this, have that, yeah? Just tells us, yeah? I mean, it's our slave driver, it's not our friend, yeah? Think about, your partner being like this, constantly telling you what to do, what to like, what not to like, yeah? How long would you live with him? After 3 days you would kick him out, yeah? But we live with this voice, we live with this voice, since the beginning of this life, yeah? And before that, we lived with this voice who constantly tells us, yeah? And it also tells us, to do bad deeds, yeah? Next time you go, next time a thief, is caught, by the police and said, no, there was a little voice who told me that, huh? Or he tells us, my friend told me, to rob the bank, yeah? Do you think they will imprison the friend? No, they will imprison us, yeah? The friend that constantly tells us what to do and what not to do, he's never going to hell. He just waits until we come back and then he incites us again and again. Yeah? And when you do some meditation, yeah, and that is the path, yeah, that is one of the columns of the path that leads to the end of dukkha, yeah, then, yeah, you can see. Somebody knows that there is this voice, yeah, and we sometimes even are aware, yeah, and then you can say, no, I don't want. You can fight it. So how can it be us? Yeah? He tells us, it's me, I want, yeah. When you say, yeah, who are you? Yeah? Who are you? Why do you tell me this? It's not good, yeah. Then suddenly, it starts to shake, yeah. Because it's not us, yeah. It's just a voice, suggestion, yeah. And just like you read all these, what is it called now? Advertisement, yeah. It suggests, you need to buy this, to get happy, yeah. And we are so stupid, most of the time we believe it, yeah. We need to use this cream, to get a, yeah, get a face without wrinkles, yeah. We believe it, yeah. Just like we believe this advertisement that is constantly running 24 hours a day, yeah. No, you don't believe it. And because we believe it, we get into trouble, yeah. So the first thing that we notice is, when we start to focus, for instance, on the Buddha or on the breath, yeah, there is this voice, yeah. Say, oh, now it's long enough, yeah. Long enough, yeah. I've meditated long enough, now it's painful, yeah. Who tells us these things? Who knows that there's a voice? Who knows that there's a thought? Who knows that there's a feeling? Have you ever tried to ask the feeling, do you know your feeling? Do you know your painful feeling? Do you know your happy feeling? Huh? Try. Ask it. Huh? Try the thought. Do you know your thought? Huh? Huh? Can you change the thought? Huh? Well, you can think another thought, but you can't change the thought that came. Yeah? You can't change the feeling that arisen. No? If you have a white shirt on and you don't like the color and want to have a blue shirt, yeah, you just go to your wardrobe and get a blue shirt and put it on. Yeah? If you have a bad feeling, yeah, if it is your feeling, if you really believe it's your feeling, yeah, go to the drawer and change it into a happy feeling. Why not? If you really believe it's your feeling, yeah, huh, then go and change it. If it is not your feeling, there's nothing that you can do. It arises and it will cease, just like everything. This is one of the universal characteristics. Yeah? Anicca, anatta, dukkha. Anicca, yeah? Impermanence. Everything arises and ceases. Yeah? Feeling comes like clouds. Yeah? You see them coming and you see them going. Sometimes they are white, sometimes they are black. Yeah? Sometimes you like them, sometimes you don't like them, but you can't push them away. Yeah? Just like feelings. Yeah? Anicca. Yeah? Impermanent. We are born and we die. Yeah? Whatever arises, ceases. Yeah? So thoughts arise and cease. Memories arises and ceases. How often do you like the memories that come up? Yeah? How often do you like the nightmares, that come up? Huh? They just come, yeah, and then go, yeah. It has nothing to do with you, yeah? But you attach to them and say, it's my thought, yeah. Huh? It's my idea. Huh? No, it's not your idea. The idea just came up, yeah, and it will cease, yeah. The memory just came up, yeah. You didn't even invite it, yeah. You didn't invite the thought that come up. You didn't invite the feeling, yeah. If it is you, if you go to the kitchen, open the fridge, you can pick out anything that you like, yeah. But with our feelings, with our thoughts, with our memories, yeah, even with this body, we can't pick it out, yeah. It's there, and it stays so long until it dies, yeah. Some women want to be men, some men want to be women. They have to live through this life, yeah? Though they try to change it, and go to Thailand and change their sex, yeah? But that's not the solution, yeah? We have to live with this body, no matter, if it is athletic or not, if it, yeah? We have to live with this brain, no matter if it is stupid or not, yeah? Until the day it dies, and hopefully we done enough good merit, to get a better body or get a better brain, yeah? We can work for it, yeah? You can work for it, yeah? So these things, anicca, anatta. Anatta, what does it mean? It's not me, it's not myself, it doesn't belong to me, yeah? So whatever arises and ceases, whatever we cannot change, yeah? It cannot be me. Mine. It doesn't belong to me. Can you make this body not die? No. Eh? Can you make this body not age? No. We tried. I would like, a body that doesn't age, yeah? Now we have problems getting up, then the back, hurts, then the knee doesn't, constantly. Yeah? Once you get over 60, it's getting worse and worse and worse, yeah? And soon you can't walk on 2 feet anymore, you need 3 feet or 4 feet. You don't know it yet. Yeah? I didn't believe it when I was young. The moment I get old, I believe it. So anicca, anatta, and all these things that are impermanent are full of dukkha, dissatisfaction. Because the nice things, that arises, we want to keep them and they cease. Yeah? And the bad things, that they don't go fast enough. Yeah? So that's why dissatisfaction. But as I said in the beginning, if we are just happy with the way things are, yeah, there would be no dissatisfaction. When you sit and it is hot, okay, you notice it's hot, yeah, but it doesn't. And the chitta is never hot, yeah? The chitta is not material. The body is material, yeah? And the body knows how to cope with heat, huh? Don't you think so? Yeah? I mean, as the old generation, when there weren't any air conditioners here in Singapore, they could cope with the heat, yeah? And the humidity, yeah? But now we are so accustomed to these air conditioners, huh? We can't even live without these anymore. They have to be in the car, they have to be in our apartment, they're everywhere, in the department store, yeah? But before that, think about just 100 years ago, there were no air conditioning, there was no ice. Huh? How did the people live there? Oh. Probably much happier than we. Because there was not so much, not so much desire. Yeah? Now we know what the world has, yeah, and we all want it, yeah. Before that, you lived in a village, and you knew only what was there in the village. You didn't even know that there was another village, yeah, 20 kilometers or 50 kilometers away, that they had different things, yeah. And when you used to live, in Europe, yeah, I still was young enough, my mother in September, yeah? We kept all the fruits, from August and September, and then we cooked them in. Otherwise we wouldn't have anything to eat in the winter. You don't know that because you're from Asia. You have the good kamma to be born in Asia, where there's always something to eat, where there are always some sort of different fruits, yeah? But when you come from the north, when you come from Europe, there's 5 months of winter, yeah? There's 5 months of snow, nothing grows there. So, you have to keep the potatoes, they last. You have to keep the apples, they last for 5-6 months, yeah? Until you can grow new ones, yeah? And you have to keep all the fruits, make jam out of it, or you just, just cook them in, yeah? So that you have something to eat, yeah? Very different kind of life, yeah? Bad kamma, yeah? But then, yeah, people always have bad kamma, but they also have good kamma, yeah? I had the good kamma, to find a very good teacher, in Thailand, yeah? And lots of people, even living in Udon, who never met the teacher, yeah? Only after he was dead, they finally found their way, to the monastery. Yeah? And I lived with him for 16 years, yeah? So it was my fortune to find him. Yeah? Somebody, I was in England, I remember, yeah? Somebody gave me a book, and said, that might interest you. Yeah, I was a meditation center, yeah? And then I read this book, yeah? Wow, never heard anything like that. Yeah? Now who is this teacher? Ajahn Martin, I need to see him. And then I went to Thailand, yeah? And saw it. Yeah? And he was so graciously accepting it. Other people read the book and had nothing, yeah? People who look for the truth, yeah? And have the kamma, and to find the truth, they will find the truth. Yeah? Other people, yeah, might look for the truth, but don't have the kamma to find the truth, yeah? We will find people who deceive them. Yeah? Whatever we have done in the past, yeah? So I have some good kamma and some bad kamma, like everybody here, yeah? We are born in Singapore, far away from Buddhism, yeah? Only once in a while, there are some monks coming from Thailand or from the West, teaching you, yeah? And then, 2 days later you forget the teaching, yeah? And you don't have the reminder, like in Thailand, when you live in Thailand, yeah? Each person, yeah, sees the monks in the morning going on Pindapat. There's something else, yeah? We don't know, in Singapore you don't see monks walking in the morning on the street, collecting food. No. Probably wouldn't survive here. But this is an important sign. Think about the story of the Lord Buddha himself, yeah? He saw death, He saw birth, he saw old age, and he saw sickness. And then he thought, everybody gets old, everybody must die, everybody gets sick. Is there a way out? Until the last time, he saw a samana, a recluse. That was, there's something, there are some people who do something completely different. And then he decided to go out for himself, and get a recluse, and to find the truth, how to overcome aging, how to overcome death, how to get out of the hamster wheel. Next time you go in a sea of animal, what is it? How do you call it? Where they sell animals there? What? Pet shop. Yeah, that's right. some words I just told me. When you go to the pet shop, look at the hamster in the hamster wheel, and then see yourself. Very important, to remind yourself, you're running, you're not going anywhere. And then think about what is important in your life. What are you doing? The money that you keep, you can't take with you. The family, you can't take with you. The car, the house, you can't take these things with you. The only thing you can take with you are the merits and the demerits that you made. The good and the bad kamma. That's the only thing you can take on your travel to the next life. So fill it up, but fill it up with good things. You want to eat something next life, there are people, who are born with a silver or golden spoon, they're not born because, of some injustice in the society. They are born because they have been very generous in their previous lives. And we forget that, They have been very generous, Some of the very rich people in Thailand have been very generous, And then what happens? They become very greedy. And they become very stingy. So in one of the next lives, they're very poor. So also these things change. Sometimes we have been very generous, we get the reward, then we get lots of money, then with the money we get lots of power, and then we just do the opposite. Just like, going up to heaven, falling down to hell. And then climbing our way up to heaven in order to fall down to hell. But there in Thailand, there are some very rich people who are still very generous, extremely generous. But not all. So do something. So do something with your life. If you know, get your bag packed. And don't think you're too young. We don't know when we are going to die. Some people die with 20, some people die with 40, some people die with 50, and some people die with 100. So if you think, after my children grow up, I can do some good things, then you might be dead already. And when you're dead, you can't do anything anymore. Then you only experience the kamma, Don't wait, don't wait for the time, to come, because the time will never come, Especially when you look at old people, I don't know if it is in Asia like that, but I experience at least, in the West, old people, who have retired, they never have time, When they're in the shop, they need to go the first, The young people, who still have work to do, They never have time for anything. They think because their life is running away. So they have to grab hold of all these things. The older they get. Now, you remember? do something useful. Yeah? So what is the path? Yeah? What is the path that leads to the end of dukkha? Yeah? I mean, I mentioned it before, it's sila, yeah? The 5 precepts, that is very, very, very important. Yeah? Keeping the 5 precepts. Yeah? From now on, yeah, I mean, even if you didn't know it from the past, yeah, forget about it, you know, karma will come back to you, but now from now on you keep it. Yeah? I mean, it doesn't harm you to get on another trip, yeah? It doesn't harm you to drink coffee or ice cream, yeah? Or have chocolate, or have dessert, yeah? That's not against the precepts, yeah? Yeah? But lying is against the precepts, yeah? Using hard speech to harm other people, yeah? Harming other people is breaking the precept. Sexual misconduct, yeah? Having a little husband or having a little wife, you know, when you have a real wife, yeah? Or when you have a real husband, yeah? It all happens everywhere, yeah? It's not only the men that are really bad, yeah? I mean, there are some women that are really bad, yeah? I know in Thailand, you know, there's one woman who has five different parangs, yeah? But they all come to a different time, yeah? This person from the States comes, you know, in January, February, the next person comes in March and April, you know, and when nobody's there, she even has a attire, yeah? For the time, you know, there's nobody there. Yeah? They can be really bad, yeah, but men are normally, yeah. So, sexual misconduct is, yeah, I mean, if you have a relationship, be faithful in your relationship, yeah, that's it, yeah. And not having sex with people who are dependent on you, yeah. That includes children, that includes, you know, teacher-student relationship or prof-student relationship, yeah. That's all people dependent. Or boss secretary, yeah. And when you look at the world, it's full of this. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. President, yeah, having, you know, secretaries and so on, yeah. Yeah? Or even, you know, CEOs, you know, I mean, yeah, going to sleep with their secretaries while their wife is crying at home, yeah. But women do the same thing, yeah. I mean, we are not really different, yeah. Women and men are not really different, yeah. We just have a different form, yeah. Because of our kamma, yeah. And you're not always born as a woman, yeah. You have been a man, yeah. You have been abusing other women, yeah. So now you become a woman and being abused by others, yeah. It's logical, isn't it? Don't like to hear it, but it is quite logical, yeah? Because we only get that back, what we have done. Yeah? And women are not always staying always women, and men are not always staying men. Yeah? We will all get back, you know, now we are men, you know, maybe in the next life we are already women, yeah? And then the man of the new generation, you know, uses us as slaves, you know, sells us, you know, to another husband, yeah? We don't know, yeah? What do we know, yeah? What do we know about the kamma that we've created, yeah? So, just bear with it, and from now on you keep that. Yeah? You keep the 5 precepts, yeah? Sexual misconduct, and no lies, no harsh speech, you know, no alcohol, no drugs, yeah? And then we start to meditate. That's the second column, yeah? Getting the mind calm. It is very important, yeah? And we can't do it, yeah? We constantly start to think about this or that, yeah? So we sit comfortable, I mean, full lotus, half lotus, or just cross-legged, yeah? Close our eyes, and then put our concentration on the tip of the nose, and observe the breath coming in and going out. We don't follow the breath. We just stick our attention to that one point. Yeah? That is anapanasati. Being aware of the breath going in and being aware of the breath going out while not following. Or we can use the mental repetition of the word Buddha. Whenever the mind goes out, yeah, we bring it back to the Buddha. Yeah? Whenever the mind goes out, we bring it back to the breath. Yeah, and that's all what we do. Yeah. Very difficult. And especially for people, who can't even concentrate on their homework, yeah? Or on their job. Yeah? It's very difficult. But it will help us, yeah? No matter, if we are youngsters, or if we are adults, if we have work to do where we need to concentrate, yeah? It does help our concentration, yeah? It's not there for doing our concentration, it's there to make us happy, yeah? And to give us a safe space where we can rest, yeah? Just like the children run home, when there are some other bad children trying to beat them up, yeah? They go home, yeah? Mommy, yeah? So they have a safe house, yeah? Their parents are their protectors, yeah? And we need a safe house for our chitta, yeah? And this safe house is called samadhi, yeah? Samadhi is where we can actually rest, and relax, yeah? It's just like coming in a cool room, yeah? And we are just happy. It can be burning hot outside, but we feel completely cool. Yeah? Because the chitta has nothing to do with the body. Yeah? And sometimes, sometimes when Lumpur was meditating, in Thailand, it's getting also hot. Yeah? And sometimes humid, when he came out of meditation, he was completely wet. Yeah? Everything was wet. But during meditation, I didn't notice anything. Only in the beginning, it's a bit hot, yeah. But then, when you go into samadhi, nothing, yeah. Mind is happy. Doesn't want anything. It's contented. It's at peace. Yeah? There's no future. There's no past. Yeah? But we have to train it, yeah. And if you remember, like I talked about training this body for 15 years, yeah. It's very similar to that. We get up, we fall over. We get up, we fall over. We get up, and we don't give up. Yeah? We might fall over, we might, yeah. The mind instantly goes out. Yeah? We are not even 2 seconds on the Buddha or on the breath, and the mind goes out. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Here. Yeah? And then it goes out again. Then pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Yeah? Until it stays. Yeah? I can't meditate. Yeah? No, it's difficult. I agree. It's difficult. Yeah? Until I really could get calm, it took me 2.5 years. Yeah? I was still working, so but I didn't let up. Yeah? I wanted it, and that's what. Yeah. Just like little kids want to walk, they don't give up. Even if they have a bloody nose, yeah? Even if they cry, even if they hurt themselves, yeah? The moment that, the hurt is gone, the pain is gone, they get up again. Now, if you have children, look at them, yeah? Or remember it, yeah? And that's the same with meditation. Don't give up. Just bring it back, Don't get angry, yeah? Don't get frustrated. We need a lot of patience. Just bring it back until there's no more thoughts in happiness. And only happiness, or peacefulness. Yeah? That depends on the characteristic of the person. Yeah? Some people are extremely happy, some people are just peaceful, some people are just still. Yeah? Depending on the character. Yeah? It can happen in different ways, in different forms. Yeah? And then we can go even further. Yeah? If you really want to see what this world is all about, you want to see it? You want to see it completely disappearing? Nothing left. Yeah? Nothing, the whole universe, where the whole universe disappears. Yeah? You just stay with the Buddha, or you just stay with the breath, yeah? Until the breath stops. Yeah? It will really stop. But we don't die. Yeah? And we jump to that what knows. Yeah? So we jump inside the chitta. Yeah? And it's called one-pointedness. Yeah? That's a point where subject and object merges into one point. Now what can we say? This whole universe is made of duality. Yeah? Subject, object. Yeah? An observer and a subject to be observed. When these both merge into one thing, it's eternity. It's just knowingness, but not knowingness of anything that that knows an object. It's just pure knowingness. And just like my master said, it's a preview. It's a preview of Nibbana. It's a Nibbana of the little man. That's where you see, what Nibbana is about. And the problem is, we get in one moment and we get out the next moment. And whatever happens there, we really can't fathom it. But the thing is, we know when we come out, we want to go back. That's the first thought that comes in. You come out of this deep samadhi or one-pointedness, and the only thing I want to go back. I don't want to be in this world. Because the moment you come back into this world, all these senses are coming. And they are just like, somebody shooting you from all sides, all the sense impressions, that we have through this body, coming back, You think you're in World War, and everybody sees you as the enemy, No, that is the Nibbana of the little man. That is the preview, Preview of Nibbana, preview of, eternity, But we come back out, and everything is the same. So, that is not the solution. It's a resting place, It's, it's to know, what is there? Is there something really there? Is there something when everything dies, when the whole universe dies, when this body dies, is there something? Yes, there is something, And we missed it such a long time, We have been from home, that is our real home. We have been from home for such a long time, So when we see it, when we experience for the first time, we don't want to go back into this world, Sometimes it's even though, if you stay there long enough, you come out, And then you ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? Where am I? Because you don't know. You don't remember anything, until slowly the memory comes back and builds up, and then you realize, oh, I am a monk, I'm sitting in this good, where is this good? Oh, it's hot, it's in Thailand, it's hot. And it takes 5 minutes, before your whole personality comes back. And then it takes hold of you again, Then you need to do this, then you need to do that, and then you, and so on. It's all back. But before it has been all gone. That's the experience of one point. It is very difficult to reach, for most people, It takes really a long time, It takes extreme effort, But upachara samadhi, where the thoughts and memories disappear, it's not so difficult. So, at least you can get some rest from this voice that constantly commands you around, Who tells you what to do, what to like, You like that, When your boyfriend tells you, I don't like how you look, I don't like this, I don't like that about you, You don't like to hear that, Take a rest from the CEO, Take a rest from the slave driver, And that is relatively easy, Do some meditation, When you get out of upachara samadhi, then the slave driver comes back, And then we use the third column, wisdom, developing wisdom, Seeing all the things that we think we are, as anatta, as not self, that's not me, not mine, doesn't belong to me. Or as anicca, impermanent. And everything that is impermanent is inherent, to satisfactory. And that means investigation, not just meaning, thinking about this, thinking about that might be in the beginning. Investigation, and what are we clinging to most? Body. The first thing is the investigation of the body. Get out of the body, have a look around the body, and then see that the chitta is actually not the body. Now imagine, just an example for that. Imagine, you were born in a car, You drive the car, or first you learn how to drive the car, and then you die in the car. and you never went out of the car, how can you not believe you are not the car? No? Got that? We are born in this body, we die in this body, so we believe we are this body. Because we never get out of this body. So we think, we believe we are this body. But actually, when this body dies, the chitta instantly goes out. You can't even wait to go out. Because what are you going to do with a dead car, with a broken car? Are you going to sit there and say, poor car, please come back to life? No. You see the car is not working, you open the door and get out and buy a new car. And that's the same thing, the chitta sees nothing else to be done with this body, so it gets out. Doesn't wait around. Doesn't wait around for the relatives to come and cry, this. Now imagine even further, when you believe you're the car, your relatives, take this car, and bury it or burn it, and celebrate, like we do with this body. The chitta that is in the body never waits, until the relatives are coming and burning it. It sees it's not working, out. Get the next one. Or driven out, depending on the merit or on the kamma we have. So that is the first kind of investigation. Investigate the body. See that the body is not self. Do it, put it in front of you, cut it out, cut it, put all the things out there, and see what is sitting there and what is watching the body, until it really clicks, might take, a few exercises, few hundred times, few thousand times, maybe 10,000 times, maybe 1,000,000 times, until it clicks, until the chitta understands, it's not. That is very important, this understanding, just this understanding that we are not the body, it is the third fetter. I mean, there are 10 fetters binding us to the realm of, or to the hamster, to the realm of birth and death. The first fetter is the doubt, doubt that there is heaven, doubt that there is hell, doubt that there are beings in heaven. We might, we might believe there is heaven and hell, but there are beings in heaven, and there are beings in hell. And don't worry, monks also go to hell. My master said the hell is full of monks. Not only of people. He said, he didn't say monks, but he said, wearing these robes. Full of monks, because they don't keep the precepts. I mean, it doesn't matter, if you're a monk, you're not safe, If you're a Buddhist, you're not safe, I mean, if we as monks don't keep the rules, we go to hell just the way, and even faster than lay people, Because we get everything from the lay people, So, that's why we have also more rules, You have only 5 rules, we have 227, If we don't keep them, we just go just the same way. When you go to hell, and passing by, say, no. You can't be sure, you can only be sure, if you do the right kind of practice. That's where you can be sure. So, and kamma, I mean, that is the fetter of doubt, it is for most people, it is beyond repair. They doubt that there's heaven, I mean, most of the people in this world, they doubt that there's heaven and hell. They doubt that there are beings in heaven and hell. They even doubt that there are ghosts. So they are beyond any kind of hope. Just like the Lord Buddha said, 70% of the human beings have no hope. They have only one thing. He called them pada parama. The people who just, spend, have a prison break and then go back to hell. I mean, you can't help them because they have no interest. They have no interest in religion. And 30% have the chance, you know. We call them the neya, the swingers, yeah. Today I keep the precepts, tomorrow I don't keep the precepts, then I keep the precepts again, and tomorrow I don't keep the precepts, yeah, because it doesn't suit me, yeah. These are called the neyas. They swing forth and back, but they do have a chance, yeah. They do have a chance not to go to hell. They do have even a chance, you know, to get out of the cycle, yeah. So that is the first fetter, you know, the fetter of doubt, you know, the doubt kamma, that there is good kamma and bad kamma, and that there are results of good and bad kamma. And the second fetter is very simple. It's not keeping the precepts. It's this neya, it's keeping the precepts, not keeping the precepts, keeping the precepts, worrying about the precepts, yeah, not worrying about the precepts. That is the second fetter. And the third fetter, I mentioned it, you know, is the fetter of believing that the body is separate. And if you cut down all these first three fetters, then you can enter the stream. And the stream that will lead you to Nibbana, automatically, within 7 lives. 7 more lives. 7 more lives too much. But you know, at least you don't go down to the lower realms anymore. All what you is, you're reborn in heaven or you're reborn as a human being. It's called a sodapanna, stream entry. And all what we need to do is cut these first 3 fetters, yeah? And that's not easy. It's a full-time job, most of the time. It's a full-time job. Except for people, you know, who have the merit from their previous lives, you know, who just need to hear some words, yeah? Who are with the Lord Buddha, or, you know, just like, Moggallana and Sariputta, yeah? He heard a disciple talk about that, they instantly entered the stream, yeah? But we are not that lucky. We have to work very hard, just like in our daily life, we work very hard, you know, to earn our living, yeah? It's the same way, you know, we work very hard, you know. But we can do it, you know. I mean, that is the message of the Lord Buddha. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything, yeah? It's only the kilesas, you know. The voice, you know, that constantly in your head are called the kilesas, yeah? It's not defilements, yeah? Often it is translated as defilement. It's not true. Yeah? It's a deceiver. Yeah? It's a suggestion. Yeah? It's a power. Yeah? It's a seed. Yeah? It's our slave driver. Yeah? That's are called the kilesas. So, if you put enough effort in it, you know, I mean, it is possible. Yeah? The door of the hamster wheel is open, but you really have to push it open, yeah, and then get out. Yeah? And that's enough for today, yeah. But now you can, if there are some questions. Yeah.
Anyone have any questions? Can you raise your hand, please?
All right, what is
I want to ask, so, I mean, if I haven't experienced like beings from heaven or hell, then how do I eradicate that doubt?
How to eradicate the doubt? If you don't have any experience, just trust in it. Huh? I mean, believing the Lord Buddha never taught about believing this or believing that, because that doesn't help us, yeah? I mean, the Christian believe in God and they believe, you know, that they go to heaven, but this belief doesn't help them go to hell, yeah? Having trust, having faith in the Lord Buddha. Huh? I mean, even if you don't know it, you know, I mean, have faith, there is heaven, yeah? And don't say it doesn't exist, yeah? Because that is the first fact. If you say it doesn't exist or I don't believe in it, yeah? Or just say I don't know, I'm not sure, yeah? Probably it exists, yeah? I mean, lots of people are talking about it, yeah? And the Lord Buddha was talking about, And at the time of the Lord Buddha, you remember it? Yeah? In there, that people didn't believe in heaven and hell. So at one day, he opened up the heaven and hell for them to see. Huh? That is not enough, for you to believe or to have faith in it, that the Lord Buddha was right. And all experienced monks can see it, They can see their past life, so they know even, that it is not bogus, life after life after life. When the Mahabharata talked about, he was in this hell, then he went to this hell, and then he came up to that heaven, then he went to that hell, and he went up to this heaven, before he was born as a human being again, just to do the same thing again, You don't have, believing is not helping you in any way. Have faith, in the teaching of the Lord Buddha, and walk the path, and in the end you will see, what did the Lord Buddha say? Open your eyes and see for yourselves, but our eyes are closed, firmly closed, and we don't want to open it, We don't want to see the truth, We want to live in our imaginations, we want to live in our dreams, We don't want to realize, until it is really, until somebody hits a club over our head, we don't want to realize reality, Until our boss kicks us out and says, it's enough of you, And then we get the message, But before we dream, Or our wife leaves us, or our husband leaves us, Then we get the message, Before that, we still live in our dreams. We don't want to see anything. Got it? Understood?
You.
What?
Some questions.
Yeah, yeah, please. They already come with questions prepared. That is all.
So the first question.
How's your sister? Where's?
I grow fatter, is it? You also have grown fatter with age.
That's the old age.
Yes.
You okay now?
Much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
Good.
I hope to see you soon, if condition permits.
Okay, so the first question is, notice a very strong flower smell, jasmine, cardamom, in my grandson room when my father passed away during 7 days of wait. What does it mean and why?
I don't really understand the question. Can you rephrase it? So that, I'm really a very simple-minded person. Anything, that is going beyond my IQ,
Okay, so this person, he or she, her father passed away for 7 days, and after that, in the son's room or grandson's room, she smelled a very strong flower smell, like jasmine or something like that. So she's asking, what does it mean and why?
I have not the slightest idea what it means. Did your father or grandfather love jasmine, or did he love these jasmine flowers? Sometimes parents or grandparents linger around their children. Can happen. My mother came and visited me when she was dead. She wanted to know how I lived. But then she passed away. So it can happen. But what his meaning is, I don't know. You have to figure it out for yourself. If you have the feeling your grandfather is there, then talk to him. And then ask him where he is. Hopefully he's in heaven. If he's not in heaven, then maybe you should do some more merit, and yeah, give it to him. Yeah?
Okay. Second question from this person. Does smoking cigarettes consider harming precepts?
No? I mean, I smoke. And the interesting thing, there are a lot of monasteries where they forbid smoking, I even heard Ajahn Chai, quit smoking because the lay people came up to him and said, smoking is not good for your health. And then the lay people came up to Lung Dhamma, who was also smoking, and they said, you should tell your monks not to smoke. I said, I don't see any harm with that, Let my monks smoke,
And then there's a second part to the question which I don't really understand. It says, if it's not harming the precepts, what difference between people, pollution, air, and fire, forest, or plantation?
Fire, forest, or plantation?
I think she's asking what's the difference between people polluting the air and forest fires?
So I should ask this person, does it eat the things that are healthy for the body, or does it eat the things that the tongue likes, Because that is harming yourself just the same way, If you do the things, if you eat the things that your body cannot take, but you still eat it because your tongue likes it, because it's sweet or whatever, whatever taste it is, but it makes your body actually sick, Do the things that are healthy, you see all the people, exercising their body, In the morning we went to the park, you look at their bodies and then they eat the wrong kind of food, They only eat what they like, they don't eat what it's healthy for their body. And not every food, is healthy for everybody, even if the advertisement and the physicians or the doctors want to tell you, you have to do this, you have to do that. Everybody is of a different substance, And that's why we have in English the saying, one man's poison is the other man's medicine. Ever heard of that? Yes. Okay. So for some people, smoking, is not dangerous. For other people, smoking can be really dangerous, Depending on their kamma, depending on the structure of the body, Just look after your own body, And eat the things that are healthy, Because nowadays people don't really eat healthy food, Oh, fast food, all this processed food, it makes the body really sick, When you look at the people, they are really sick, when you go to a very rural area, the people look much healthier, than the city people. Yes, I understand you don't have time, so you need some hamburger. When you come to Thailand, you don't want to eat this Western food. It's so delicious, how can you eat a pizza or a hamburger or all these greasy, I don't understand, even Singapore has a very good cuisine, how can you eat that stuff? Pommes frites, and hamburger and milkshake, all these things are not really good for your body, but you love them, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand has very good food, One of the best foods, China as well. One of the best foods in the world, Actually quite healthy food as well, We still love to eat this Western food. Whenever, and it's the same thing, you sit in the monastery, Pantat was quite famous, so a lot of people were coming, and they saw there were not many Farang monks, there were not that many Western monks, so they brought them pizza and hamburgers and so on. And I always passed it to my friends, the Thais, and they loved it. So, understood? Huh? Eat the food that is healthy for your body, and what is healthy for your body doesn't necessarily mean it is healthy for another body. Understood? Yeah? Look, yeah? You know if you have indigestion that you've done something wrong. Yeah? You know if you have heartburn, you ate something wrong. Yeah? Or when you have the shit, you know you did something wrong. Yeah? How can you not know? Yeah? The only time people really realize that they have a body is when they start to meditate. Because then there's this pain, there's that pain, there's this feeling, there's that feeling. That's when they realize, oh, I have a body. Otherwise they just use it, just like they use their car, yeah? We do have a body and we do have to look after it, but we don't have to look after it excessively, yeah? I mean, Lumpa eats once a day, that's enough, yeah? But if you have to work, physically, then it's not enough, yeah? I even ate when I came to Wat Papantat once a week, yeah? That was still enough. For a year or 2 years, yeah? Now I have to eat every day. That's why I grow fat. Now I can't go on fast anymore because I'm responsible for all the monks, yeah? So I have to be there for the late people who come there in the morning, so I do have to eat, yeah. Although I eat very little.
So,
So
the last question. So when your own family member passed away for like 7, 49 or 100 days, what should we do in the method for helping to pass merit to the deceased people?
whenever you do something good, yeah, be it giving some food to the monks or donating something to the monastery or doing anything good, taking care of your children or taking care of your relatives, yeah. And once after this deed, share it with your parents, yeah. If you earn money, you can share it with anybody you like, yeah. Why can't you do it with your good deeds? You just have to picture that person you want to give it to them, and then tell them, to have a share in the merit. Or I've done this merit for you. Yeah, that's all what needs to be done. No ceremony. Yeah, just very simple. Yeah, we do it all our life, and suddenly, when it comes to this religion, it has to be something special. No. You also share your good wishes with your neighbors, yeah? May you be happy, why can't we share it, You understood? So, make pun, it's just very important, especially, parents who had no interest in religion, they do need this merit a lot, yeah? So give them a lot, yeah? My parents came, yeah? They needed some more merit. Said my money has run out, I need some more merit, yeah. So I made some merit.
After they passed away?
Yeah, after they passed away, of course. But now they seem to have enough. Yeah. There was a person in the back who wanted to ask a question. One in the blue shirt, yeah? Yeah.
Hello, Venerable Bante. I would like to ask how to master meditation in order to achieve Brahma.
In order to achieve what?
To reborn in Brahma.
In the Brahma world.
How to master meditation?
I told you. You didn't listen? The way to the heaven?
Because I keep doing meditation, but there's no outcome, no achievement, no results.
Did I talk about meditation to go in? Which Brahma world are you talking about? There are 25 different realms of heaven. What heaven you want to go to? Huh?
Brahma.
Yeah, but which Brahma? There are 4 Brahma words. She doesn't even know, she just wants to go to the Brahma world. Brahma Viharas, there are 4, yeah? Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and so on. Huh? Yeah, I mean, then for these Brahma words, you have to practice meditation. You have to practice exactly, yeah, what you want, yeah. So, if you want to go to Mudita, then you have to be choice with others, yeah. But that is not enough, yeah. I told you, in order to go to heaven, you have to keep the 5 precepts. You have to become very generous, yeah. You have to be very respectful, yeah. And you have to be very grateful for whatever is given to you, yeah. And that is the basic for any kind of heaven, yeah. And if you want to go to the Brahma Viharas, that you have to train, yeah. And that specific Brahma Vihara, yeah. So there's for loving kindness, there's a certain kind of meditation where you always, where your thoughts are constantly in loving kindness for all beings, yeah. But if you get angry at your friend around there or your boss, that is not loving kindness.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Ajahn.
I don't know if it's a good evening.
As you have mentioned, we are all like little hamsters running in
Yeah.
our. As you have mentioned, we are all like
Yeah.
little hamsters running around.
Yeah.
And
With our eyes closed.
yes, and it's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
You just live life after life, driven by our own karma ripening. So
No, desire.
desire.
Very different, because the desire creates a karma, and the karma is that what is the result, yeah, and that drives more of the desire, yeah. So it is a vicious cycle, yes.
So it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And it is said that I may be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That we are basically living in a constant stream of karma ripening, meaning we live our life as karma ripen, and we move on and on and on.
Yeah.
So how do the little hamster find the door, the way out?
How did you come here to this meeting? That is the first, that is the first stage, yeah? I mean, you have to know about that there's a way out, yeah? And then you have to listen to the talk, and I actually told you the way out, yeah? At least to the first stage, yeah? I didn't go into detail about the rest, yeah? But, at least you know how to open the door and get out. Didn't I say, talk about it? Yeah? If you have ears and listen to it, yeah? It's not easy, yeah? I mean, the Lord Buddha could only, show the people the path out, yeah? But they would have to walk the path, yeah? In order to get the results, yeah? Otherwise, the Lord Buddha would have enlightened everybody around him, yeah? But he didn't. He couldn't. Nor can I. All what I can do is remind you, that you're in the hamster wheel, and remind you that there's a way out, yeah? And tell you the way out, yeah? Okay? But it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of determination to stay on this path, yeah? And don't think about karma as just one directional, yeah? I mean, in one moment, you have 6 different kinds of karma that you can follow. But most of the people, because they close their eyes, they follow the strongest karma, yeah? But actually, just like, you go through Singapore, I mean, you always can go right, left, back, forward, and even half left, half right, yeah? At any moment in your life, you can choose another path, yeah? And when you choose another path, of course, different things will happen. Huh? The karma that comes along your main path, will not happen anymore, but the karma that will happen on another path, yeah, just like you go through the desert, lots of thirst, lots of hardship will happen, yeah. But if you choose the path, going through a forest, tigers and snakes and things like that will lurk, yeah. So there are other dangers, yeah. And if you choose, through the meadow, maybe mosquitoes and maybe bees and whatever, yeah. So it is not one way, yeah. You have every moment of your life, you have the ability to choose, yeah. But because we are lazy in our nature, yeah, we don't choose. Yeah? We just follow. The voice tells us, yeah, I need this, I need this, I need this, you know. Yes, my Lord, yes, my Lord, yes, my Lord, yes, you're right. You have been always right to me. Yeah? You brought me so often to hell, yeah, you know, you must be right, yeah. Now bring me to heaven. You understand?
Thank you, Ajahn.
So, any more questions?
Ajahn, thank you for the talk. Sometimes when I have a strong emotions, such as anger or fear, it keeps recurring again and again. And if I do a little bit of reflection, as what you say, there's a little voice that commands certain things, and then it snaps. The emotions start to arise very quickly. So it's like a short circuit. There's no way that I can actually maybe look at the process and maybe stop certain the emotion from arising. So is there a method to overcome those emotions and also to stop it from happening?
No. You cannot karma, stop from happening. Yeah? You can only accept karma, yeah? And you can learn how to deal with karma. Yeah? But these emotions, the first thing that you do, if you don't do daily practice, you will have no way, of being able to deal with it good, in a good way. Yeah? You have to do daily practice. You really have to train your mind to be able to stay with the Buddha or with the breath. Yeah? For you it's probably better if you stay with the Buddha, mental repetition. So when you see this anger coming up, you repeat Buddha, 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 Buddha. Yeah? And then this anger has to die down, because this anger feeds on memory and on thoughts. Yeah? So when you repeat Buddha, no memory and no thoughts come in. Yeah? But the moment you stop Buddha, poops, the thought comes in again and the anger comes back again. Yeah? But it comes slower. Yeah? Then you do the same thing, yeah, until you see it starting up with what kind of thoughts, what kind of memories, this anger arises. And then you can reflect about these thoughts and memories, and see them as invalid. Yeah? But it takes some time, yeah. But you have to meditate, you have to practice daily, yeah, in order to be able, yeah, just to bring it up, yeah. Just like monks, have to practice a super, seeing the loathsomeness of the body to be able to overcome lust, yeah. Monks are not saints, yeah. They are not born, yeah. They are just people, yeah. They just have the same sensual and sexual desires, just like every person, yeah. But we have some tools, how to deal with them. Yeah? But if you don't learn the tools, these monks will disrobe, yeah. Sooner or later, yeah. And I've seen so many monks disrobe, yeah? Especially Western monks. Yeah, sorry, it was my first year, I was in a monastery, I wasn't even a monk, 4 of the senior monks disrobed, yeah? Run away with a nun, yeah? Because if you don't have these, if you don't have these methods, if you don't have these tools at hand, you will succumb. Yeah? There's no way that you will be able to defeat them. Yeah? But if you have this, if you train the Buddha, yeah, for instance, good for anger, if you train this Buddha, yeah, constantly, yeah, and then you see this anger coming up, then Buddha, 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 until this anger subsides. Yeah? And then when you let go of the Buddha, the anger comes up again, and then you do the same thing until you slowly start to see, what kind of memory, what kind of thought, causes this anger. Because it is memory and thought that causes this anger. You see something and instantly, you judge it, yeah? And this judgment is a thought, yeah? And this judgment comes together with a memory, and that even makes it worse, yeah? Oh, he did that so often and so often, yeah. And then all this memory comes up in you, and they just build up, yeah. you can see, emotions are actually nothing else than sugar candy. Yeah? You've seen it? Yeah? I mean, you throw a little bit of sugar into a hot pan, yeah? And then, wow, you wind it up, yeah? That's an emotion, yeah? But it starts with sugar and heat, yeah? And that's how you can deal with emotions, yeah? Okay?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Hi, Longpo. I want to ask. Actually, I have regret and remorse because my family member passed away. Three of them in 5 years. Until today, I still cannot practice loving kindness. So.
Your family members passed away and you can't practice loving kindness?
Because I got regret and remorse to myself. Yeah.
Regret?
Yeah, to the thing that I didn't do enough. Or partially.
That's useless.
Yes, I know it's useless.
I mean, the past is
sure.
past, it's gone.
Yes.
Yeah? Well, then what to do? I mean, the same thing. Yeah, I mean, first of all, you calm your mind, yeah? And then you think about your parents, yeah? And you think about, what they did for you. How can there no gratitude come up? I mean, from the moment you were born, yeah? They fed you, yeah? They raised you, yeah? They are not perfect. There are no perfect parents. Yeah? They raised you, they put you through school, yeah? I mean, they paid for all your clothes, they paid, yeah, probably for your smartphone as well, and so on, yeah? How can you not be grateful, yeah?
Sorry, Longpo. I think you misunderstand me. I mean that I regret I didn't do enough for them.
Yes?
And
Now you can do enough for them. I told you, just before, yeah? You do some good deeds, and you share the merit with them, or you do some good deeds in their name, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to do enough for myself that I can, the metta, one of the metta.
This is something, that you mix up certain things that don't, that don't go together, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Of course you can have metta, you can have, yeah? All the time, yeah? Why not?
I don't know, I just cannot arise the feeling of metta when I try to practice the metta meditation.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people, who are taught metta are taught the wrong kind of metta, yeah? I mean, what I know or what I remember, how metta was taught, taught to me in the beginning. I mean, you create this metta, then you slowly grow it in your heart, and then you spread it out to all these people, yeah. And then at the time when the metta meditation ends, you see somebody you don't like, and the hate instantly comes out. That is not metta. That is imagination of metta. Yeah? We can be so imaginative, we have so much metta, and then just this stupid person runs across our street, and then all our metta is gone. So you didn't even create metta, yeah? I mean, metta is one of our substance, just like peacefulness or happiness. It is in our heart, but we have to be able to access it, yeah? So we have to learn how to access it. Yeah? And being grateful for your parents for whatever it did, how can there not be metta arising as well? Huh?
Understand?
That's why I said it,
So, any last question? If no more, we'll end the session today. Okay, no one? Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, let us pay respects to Ajahn together. Okay. Bow.
It's not important to pay respect, to have respect, yeah? I mean, if you learn something from the talk. The Thais are also good. I mean, they have no respect, but they pay respect, yeah? Have respect, yeah? You can have respect for every being, yeah? No matter, if it's a corrupt government official or if it is a murderer or if it is a very nice person. Because he's a person, he's a being, yeah? An animal is a being, yeah? So we can have respect. But we have to learn it, yeah? Because we combine respect with what we find good and what we find bad, yeah? For what we find bad, we don't have respect for, yeah? That's not true, yeah? You have to disintegrate, disassemble. There's so many things, I mean, we completely mixed it up. Okay? Have a nice night, yeah? So you come to the retreat?